That's where I go, mate. I mean, I hope not. I hope you don't, you know.
This is the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic. Today, we'll talk about current game community and AIE Guild news, and then we'll talk a bit about the little server unification that just happened while we go and kick off our story on Balmora in our continuing live character playthrough series. This broadcast of Astromech is EPC 218. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema. How's it going?
Hey, Max. It's actually been quite a week. I mean, this is the day after the big server move of 2017, so everyone's logging in and checking into that, which I'm sure we'll have a few more words to say about. Aside from that, I'll just say, like, in my case, I lost a couple names, but one of the names that I lost was Io Niame, which I'm pretty sure I got from the random name generator, so...
Really?
Yeah, so Io Niame out there, congratulations. But yeah, I thought that was... And I ended up with, like, 5 pages of strongholds because I had gone out and bought, you know, last year for the 5th anniversary, I went out and bought Coruscant and Dromikaz and apparently Nar Shaddaa too on all the servers. So yeah, I have a lot of strongholds now. Which
was a good idea at the time. I mean, even before we ever knew that there would be server merges, to go and get those on those servers, that was a great idea.
It was kind of an extreme thing to do though, because you know you have to level up a character to 15, is it, or something, to actually buy
that's right.
a stronghold. So
yeah.
and the strongholds, I bought them for 5 credits each. So I don't know, it was just a thing to do.
So yeah, that's quite a lot to spend too. You were shelling out the credits there.
And on MFN this week, we killed Zen. That was fun. That's how we started off. He actually bought the Tithe thing, so we all went to Iocath and fought the Zen Tithe, and he actually killed us all one by one, but we finally kept running back and killed him. It was really fun.
So when you play as Tithe, when you click your little Tithe key, you're not riding around on it as being able to go and fight other. Well, you can. I know you can fight mobs too, but other players can attack you. Huh? I did not know that. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. And yep. Then we went around and did like a night of world bosses, which I always enjoy, because it's lots of opportunities for just chatting and catching up while other people, not me, go looking for bosses. I was being very lazy. And then tonight, on our raid team, our ops team, we went and did Scum and Villainy because it's the story mode. I mean, because it was the group finder thing. So I'm pretty sure that counts towards Darth Vexed acquisition. But I just realized at the end of Scum and Villainy that it was kind of funny, Max, that you said in the beginning that, yeah, you'd be willing to go do Scum and Villainy as long as we did something else afterwards.
Well, we also got started quite a bit late. Much later
yeah, but Scum and Villainy is like famous for its longness.
Yes, it is.
But actually, it was fun. It reminded me, I mean, it always reminds me, but I did enjoy Scum and Villainy as an operation. I like how each boss is really different from the other bosses. I mean, obviously I like some bosses better than others, and if I had my druthers, I would make the last fight shorter, just shorter in time. It just seems like it goes on forever, but I do like Scum and Villainy.
Druthers, that's a great word. You said if I had my druthers, which I like.
But yeah, so that's basically some of the things I've been spending my time on and running into. How about you, Max?
I have been traveling. So that was the first thing I did. Again, so this was my 4th trip in 5 weeks. I had to go to Redmond, Washington. If anyone knows what Redmond, Washington is, you'll know I was visiting a certain software company that makes Windows. But I was doing some stuff out there, mostly around artificial intelligence. It was pretty cool. Regardless, I didn't play all that much, but I did play in our Ops Night tonight. I just missed Mandatory Fun Night that on Tuesday. I did lose. Okay, so the only character name I lost that mattered, not that I cared that much, was this one, because I went through all the work to try to finally find a name that I wanted for this character, and it was Max with an accent over the A, so it was a special character. And that's the one I lost. I also lost the names of a bunch of other characters, but I lost them to myself, because I go to all the other servers and I name every character the same 20 names or 30 names or however many characters I have, which are different ways to spell Max with an S or a Z at the end, or however I'm spelling it. So those I didn't care about, but this one I did, which I was surprised that I lost. Well, not that surprised, I guess, because it was still a 3-letter name with special character, and I haven't been using special characters until I created this one not too long ago. So that's fine. I did check out everything else, and everything else looks fine for me, but we'll get into in just the news in just a minute about what you may be running into as potential problems. So let's go to that.
Now, an Imperial News Network report.
In the news, we had a server unification. It took a little bit longer than expected, but everything did come together in the end, apparently. We are certainly seeing quite a busy server at the moment. We had a ton of people logged in on our guild earlier, usually quite a bit more, triple usually what we have on a Thursday night. I did notice a couple things that they mentioned in the dev tracker that you'll want to keep an eye out for. You have the potential to have multiple copies of your stronghold. As Seema mentioned, she has 5 pages of strongholds. Because if you went and unlocked the strongholds on other servers, you'll get multiple copies of those strongholds. I only have a double Coruscant and a double Droman Koth. I only have 2 pages, not 5. Can you delete or get rid of those doubles and extras? That was something I wanted to potentially check out.
I think so.
So I may want to do that. I don't find these extras useful. Yes, you certainly.
Yeah, you can just click on the little X.
You can click on the little X, so you can deactivate them and take them off for now. So that's something you can do if there's too many there. You also have the potential to have tons and tons of characters. The only other thing they put that of known issues that you may still be experiencing, everything else should be relatively normal. You may have to be resetting your key bindings, a couple things like that, but some people may still have problems seeing everything they expect to be seeing in their legacy storage. That is a known issue. You can look it up in the dev tracker. All of that stuff is still there. It's just not visible at the moment, and it will be fixed shortly. That's what they have described, and I believe them. So that's known
Also,
issues. Yeah, go ahead, Seema.
I was just going to say that the new server forums are now live, so a Starforge people unite.
Yes. So server forums, they weren't sure what they were going to do. I expected they were going to unify them in some way. I didn't take a look yet. Do you know if they kept all of the threads from all of the old servers and put them all together in new server forums, or just started new ones from scratch? I guess that's something
I don't know. And it might be a while before I check on that.
Yeah. So if those server forums aren't used all that much, but on occasion they were used, especially when we had so many different servers. I would expect they're going to be a little bit less interesting and less useful right now because we have so few servers. But if you're looking for asking about guilds on your particular server or that kind of thing, those are good places to look. It looks to me...
And I noticed in general today that someone was hawking a Starforge Discord, and if that catches on, that'll be a forum killer too, because I think people prefer that for doing guild adverts, and if they want to put together a raid and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I did just check the server forums. I have it here up here on the screen. They are fresh, brand new servers there, so they did not retain all of the old threads from the old servers. So they're pretty much fresh and empty. 13 total threads on Satil Shan, and 26 total threads on Starforge, and 10 total threads on Darth Malgus. So go
Fresh start.
do some go crap them up with a bunch of posts, I guess.
Unfresh them.
Yeah, because they need some forum love, the usual kind that we expect. So there's that. How about in our little guild and community news?
Our raid team that meets on Sunday nights from 8 to 10:30 EST or Eastern Time, which is called Death Star Troopers, is looking for a full-time DPS. So if you would like to DPS and Sunday nights is good for you, that would be a good opportunity. You can find out more about it by asking in our Discord.
Yes.
Also, MFN next week is going to be on the Imp side. That's on November 14.
So shout out to all of the people that are now part of our Starforge server. And I will be calling on some of our pals that have been merged in from other servers, like our friends from the Bad Feelings podcast. Brian, we're going to be putting you on our alt list and calling you up, ringing up the bat phone to get you on some of our events. But for those of you that have come in, we do have a few op teams that run during the week. We typically need subs, and on occasion, like we have right now, we need at least one permanent member on that Sunday night ops team. It's a great thing to come and check out. A couple other community news items I wanted to just follow up on because we talked about them the last couple weeks and they happened. BlizzCon seemed to be a huge success for Alea Iacta Est. We had our Guild Hall event out there. That was a pretty cool thing. I saw pictures of it. We got some reports of people hanging out there. They rent out a hotel room, a hotel conference room for BlizzCon for 2 days, and everybody can go and chill and decompress and hang out in there and play games, and a bunch of stuff happens. So that was cool. Great job, team that put that together. And then also great job to Unholy Alliance and their Extra Life charity event that they held last weekend. That was a raging success. They did a whole bunch of fun things throughout that event. I saw a bunch of notes on the forums. I know Eric Musco was involved, so that was pretty cool. Great job and great cause. So grats to all of you, and a big thank you, because that's really a great thing for the gaming community to do. Also, while we're at it, thank you to the chat room. I do have a list of a few people that I have packs unlocked for the drawings that we tend to do. That we'll be getting them very shortly, especially since I have less servers to run around to and pass those out on. I didn't have enough time there, although they're unlocked, I didn't log in all over the place to get those passed out. Starting tonight, though, we'll still do our drawing in the chat room afterwards, but I've got a couple extra special things that we'll be doing for a more of an immediate reward instead of having to wait for me to forget to unlock packs and go find you on a server. So you can look forward to that, chat room. Thank you very much for coming and helping us out. And with that, are you right here? Oh, this is it. Are you ready, Seema?
I'm ready.
So tonight on our unified server, we are going to continue our class story. We have been working through our Sork storyline. Zash, our BFF, our good buddy, she's our girl pal. She's been encouraging us and helping us along, and has told us that
sending us credits.
We get to do some more fun stuff for her. Oh, you're sending us credits. So Seema's, what did she send you? Seema, what was her little reward for you in the mail?
It was like 373 credits.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's gonna go
She
far.
was thinking of me, man. She's got my back.
So Zash has asked us, and so we've gotten to the point in the story where we finished up with Dromankos. So this is the second planet. After you finish that planet, whatever the second planet is for your base class, that's where you get your class ship, your ship that you get to fly around in, and that's where you start the next phase in your chapter story. And for almost all the classes, I think all the classes work this way, you get 2 planets at a time that you get directed to get in your ship and go fly and go to. And in theory, you could do these in either order. They're different pieces. Usually it's different steps that you're going after as part of your class story, but there's 2 at a time, then there's something in the middle, and then there's 2 at a time another time after that. While you could do them in either order, the levels of the planets are sequential. So Balmora for us is going to be in that level 20 range, and then the next, what is Nar Shaddaa after that she also asks us to go to, is going to be a few levels higher, 4 or 5 levels higher than that. So you're typically still going to do them in order, but I have done them out of order. In fact, back around launch, I had done them out of order on accident. I wasn't even really paying attention.
Yeah,
so
I did that too.
Yeah. So we're gonna do them in order, but if you're bored or you're over leveled, or you feel free to do them out of order. But this happens twice in each of the storylines, and it's something to keep an eye out for. It's sort of I like the way they do it. I like that you're going after these planets and you have stuff to do on each of the planets. Now remember also, when you get to each of these planets, we're only going to be doing the class stories, but as you walk out of the spaceport, typically you'll be able to pick up some missions. There'll usually be somebody waiting for you there that's going to kick off the planet story. And the planet missions in the planet story give you an opportunity to experience planet plot lines for each of these planets, and some of them are really good in their own right. So keep an eye out for those. In fact, I like Balmora. We're not going to end up doing Balmora, but what's
I like the story here too.
What's the Imperial story here? What's the Darth's name? That Lacris. That's here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also the planet story and the bonus quests and the heroic quests that are here, that's your opportunity to group up with people that are on the planet. The class story doesn't work so well to just randomly group up with people.
Right.
But the planet stories is where you can go to town.
Yeah, the planet stories, and especially the heroics. And the heroics are a place to get tons of extra experience and some extra good rewards for leveling up. If you're looking for extra pieces of gear, you get good pieces of gear out of those heroics. So that's certainly,
and credits. And I think you get more credits if you group up too.
Yes, you do. I never figured out exactly how much, or never looked it up. I don't like people, so I never group with anyone. But people keep reminding me of that, and we should do that more for especially the weekly heroics, going after command XP even at level 70. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, what did Zash want us to do? She said we need to come here. She's telling us to go find these extra relics. We don't know exactly why yet, but I trust her. Whatever it's for, it's probably for a good cause.
Yeah, she's on our side, yeah.
She's our friend. Regardless, she said, you got to go find this relic. Unfortunately, it's down in some hole that's filled with toxic goo and surrounded by a bunch of rebels and Republic. And so what you're going to need to do is you're going to connect up with the Imperial's soldiers that are down there, and they'll give you some backup and get you through. So we need to go talk to this Major Bessaker. So let's run in here and chat with Major Bessaker.
There's something of great value.
Oh, I remember this guy.
The one that was blown open. I heard you could help.
Ah, who's this? Sith?
Does he have the cat girlfriend
It's a real pleasure. I have a
Oh,
son on
yes.
Korriban, you know.
that he treats
Tell me
badly?
what you're walking into.
Or
We're fixing blasters with a decent.
To
Or
some
we
degree.
treat her badly.
We'll help you any way we can. Now, let's see. A blown open vault.
Sir,
Derp, derp,
if this is the
derp.
vault I think it is, it won't be that easy. The fumes alone have put men in the medical center.
The very air is a fume. One does not simply walk into the vault of Mordor. What's plan B?
Do we have anything else we can work with?
We need some way to make this pit less deadly. Tell me, Captain, is there nothing that can survive the toxic waste?
Well,
Why don't I
nothing
just send
grows there, sir.
Kembal down
But
there?
there are the collocoids.
Oh
Colloids?
no, I don't think the
Those
cat girl
parts
is
were
on
toxic
in
waste.
this planet.
Food,
Which
sir.
planet is she on?
Our surveillance satellites have recorded them feeding
Or
on
maybe
toxic
she is,
waste.
but it's the
We
planet
suspect
quest
they've been
line.
designed to eat it.
Maybe because it was a much creepier guy that was sort of keeping her as a girlfriend, but then it turns out she's got an agenda of her
Who's
own.
keeping who?
Yeah. Who's watching the Watchers?
I'll just assume you're kidding.
It does seem like a strange thing to do, Captain.
To guess, the toxic waste resistance may
So
have
this
been
is
an
the-
unintended result.
The
All our modern scientists were insane.
Colicoid stuff. The chat room is saying that cat girl was part of the bounty hunter story, which that makes sense.
The chat room is so smart.
It is. Thank you, Smoke.
I personally
I gotta
prefer
pay
the
attention
term
here.
differently rational.
Differently rational.
It might be just what we need to
Sanity
crack
is
this
a
thing.
prison.
There must be a way for you to take on the Colicoid's resistance.
All right.
Well, I can't say
Colicoids,
for sure,
colicoids. I
but
like
There's a
colicoids.
research lab not far from here that was open. The colicoids are vicious creatures. Just one of them tore apart a whole squad.
What's, oh, you're gonna, do you like colicoids? Seema? Because you were
Like
talking
for
about a new
pets,
book
you
that
mean,
you're
or-
reading, which I am also reading, and it's got a little bit of a colicoid feel to parts of it.
It does. It does with the yes.
Yes.
Can't afford to make excuses.
What is it called? Children
I
of
need the
Time? Children
information in
of...
that lab.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, Children
Chef.
of Time.
We don't have the numbers to deal with these things. But if you can get into that lab, we'll get you into that toxic...
Sir, even
All
if we
right.
find out what causes this resistance, we don't have the...
We'll worry about that later.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Doesn't matter if we don't know what we're doing. Just go kill some colicoids. I'll tell you when to stop. All right, so we get to go check out colicoids. This is a good story. Colicoid, the sort of colicoid subplot is a little bit more complex than it seems on first glance, because I think as part of the, you know, we'll get to it a little bit, but the whole deal with the colicoids was everybody sort of treats them like bugs, but they're not. They're not
They
mindless
aren't.
creatures, are they?
There's something else.
They're something more. Yeah, so I wish it's the kind of thing that would be cool if at some point they were a playable race of some kind. Get really out there with some of the playable races would be sort of cool.
So where are you flying to exactly?
Oh, sorry. See ya. Where am I flying to? Gorinth Canyon, Gorinth Records Vault. Oh, here to Gorinth Imperial Outpost Skyhopper.
Got it.
This character. This character's Woe Mandalorian.
That's funny.
That is pretty funny. Woe Mandalorian. And it's woman apostrophe DeLorean. Where am I supposed to be going? We need to go this way. We go this way. No, apparently we don't go that way.
Chat room says that colicoids are not bugs, they're features.
Not bugs, their features. Ha ha, programmer humor. I resemble that remark. Oh, there's an elevator over here, isn't there? No? What am I doing wrong? Where are we supposed to go? We gotta go around the other way? We could just jump off. That's usually what I do, of course.
Nothing bad could happen.
Jump off all the things.
This is actually giving you some of the true flavor of Balmora, because part of the Balmora experience is standing around going, how do I get there from here?
Yeah, when you do, this is another reason to be doing the planet missions and the planet quests. They will lead you. They'll point you in the right direction. Oftentimes, when you're only doing the story quests, you're skipping parts of. You're sort of skipping some of the areas, so you may not even have the map unlocked. Whereas if you're doing all of the quests, you're unlocking everything as you go. You're unlocking all the travel points as you go. It's much easier these days when all the travel points get unlocked automatically, and then the quick travel points get unlocked as soon as you get close to them, and that kind of thing. In the old days, I did some weird things when I was only doing a class story. I was skipping planet missions and like wandering around on the planet because I didn't know where the travel points were, and walking, slow walking across half the map.
I wish that's something that MMOs in general would sort of do away with, which is the whole opening of the map thing. I get the origins of it, but
Yeah, true.
I'm not really exploring this. I could have bought a map in the spaceport. I mean,
Right.
there's people already here.
Right.
It's not like
this is an undiscovered country. I mean,
right.
and I have a ship flying in orbit. It's not like I couldn't look out the window.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry, I stopped. I saw a creature. One of my favorite things to do once in a while, not every time, but is to pull out a planet appropriate mount. Where are my mounts? Why am I lost? Where's the mounts and pets button?
Under abilities.
Of course. Why would it not be? Why do I guess I don't have it unlocked, or I know I have a couple Zeldrates. Let me look at my collections. Find a Flatland Zeldrate. Show collected. There we go. Oh, but I would have to pay 400 cartel coins. Do I want to pay 400 cartel coins for it? I hear something. Are we getting eaten by someone?
That Sleen was looking at me funny.
Fine. I'll unlock for my legacy the Flatland Zeldrate. Was that worth it? I don't know. Oh, you killed it. You're gonna make my mount uncomfortable. You see what's gonna happen unless you're fast enough and you take me where I want to go. Boy, that's kind of cruel. I forgot I'm dark side though. I'm supposed to be cruel. Look at
He's pretty cool mount.
Look at how he sort of wiggles when he walks.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of slithering along.
It's the kind of mount that I really wish it would like walk up walls. It's got sort of that whole gecko feel going to it. Oh, this is the Republic base, isn't it? No, it's not. Why are we back by the Imperial base? We're going the long way, aren't we?
Beats me. I don't even know where we're going. I'm just following you.
That's right. You don't have it marked on your map.
Right.
Because you are following me. That's a terrible idea. Oh, there's another Zeldrate. Zeldrate. How do you pronounce that? I pronounce things in my head. My head canon for all of the words is usually terrible. Speaking of canon, the planet Balmora is canon. So I looked that up. It's canon. It's been mentioned in canon properties. But it's only been mentioned, so it's never been shown in any of the properties that are actually canon now. But it was mentioned in 2 episodes of the Clone Wars and in one other side bit of fiction that apparently is also canon. So
in the new movie trilogy, when they say that it's going to be in an area they've never explored before, it could be Balmora.
It could be Balmora. But Balmora is supposed to be an industrial planet, even in the canon mentions that it's. Wow, these are a lot of bugs. It's supposed to be a industrial planet from back in the day, so it wouldn't be like an unexplored. But yeah, I don't know. They could go. Finn could.
Oh, I took that to mean unexplored by the movies, not.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, not colonizing. Although that would be a cool story too.
But no, Finn could have to go there to pick up some to pick up some weapons, and maybe the guy from Scum and Villainy will be there, and he'll say, "Even Hutch won't touch some of my wares."
Got these babies on Ord Martell. Ord Mantell.
Ord Mantell. Getting a lot of XP for killing these guys. What are we even I'm not even paying attention. I'm just killing things. What are we supposed to do here? Access the records research terminal. Ooh, they poisoned me real bad. Heal me, Seema. No, you don't have to heal me. This shows a record.
Heal your own self, Max.
Physician, heal thyself. Progress on the experiments is not going without a hitch. So we're looking up the colloquoid research because we're gonna potentially. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna inject ourselves with colloquoid DNA. Formula recorded the formula, so we're reading out of the research terminal. And now we get to return to Major Pessiker. Cool. But obviously they had some problems at this research station. And the colloquoids broke in and killed them all. Killed them. Killed them all. Alright, so I'm going back to Sobrick. And we're going to talk to Major Pessiker again. Yeah, Starry Saber's got a good idea. A legacy perk to just reveal the maps. That's a good legacy perk.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean,
I
it's the
agree.
kind of thing that, or make the maps legacy wide, or, you know, part of me thinks that too many things legacy wide is actually not great. One of the things,
Yeah,
yeah, what do you think about that?
you do have to draw a line somewhere, but things like this that I already feel like MMOs should drop, they would be good candidates.
And there's no magic to uncovering the map, but I was thinking about
If we don't get those supply vehicles,
My men are working
holocrons.
on it, sir, but until that
Datacrons.
shipment of
Holocrons.
plasteel I requested 3
Go
months
away.
ago comes in,
One sec.
I don't care. Tear it off the walls if you have to.
Derp derp.
It is not wise to keep a Sith waiting.
don't
Kimball
worry about
approves.
the Colonel. He's loud and impatient, but we all are these days. Now, did you manage to find anything out of the lab?
There were bugs, and more bugs.
I hope the
Features.
colloquids didn't give you too much trouble. Have a look at this, Captain. I can't make head or tail of it.
This confirms our suspicions. The colloquids were being mutated to clean up the waste, and it looks like the chemical mutagen they were using could theoretically work.
Well, that's it. That's our solution, right? We just replicate this chemical mutagen.
Do I get to choke this guy?
Sir,
I hope so.
our chief scientist defected to the Republic a few months back.
Oh, that's
can't
right. We
begin
get to go.
replicate, let alone test the serum without him.
I guess we need to undefect him.
Undefect indeed. You certainly have a way with words.
The
Really?
scientist's name is Yanis Tirek.
Stop being a
and he's
kiss up.
still on
I'm gonna
Valhalla,
choke ya.
in a Republic research base out near the Toxic Lakes.
Or you find this scientist, you subdue him. My men.
Alright. This will be
The
fun.
Republic's going to taste blood tonight.
Kimball
And
approves.
Sid, hurry back. I just got word that my son passed his trials on Korriban and is on his way to Balmora. I don't want you to miss
Kill him too.
Yeah.
I think we may get a chance to meet up with him in some way. Okay. So step 2, we have to go grab this science. So now we have research data on the colloquids. We figure out what might be able to help us get through the toxic sludge that we need to deal with, but we need to go get this scientist. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about tonight, Seema, was your experience so far with the server unification.
Oh, well, you know what? It's been really smooth for me. I did lose a couple of names, but like I mentioned before, one or two of them were just, on really placeholder characters.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're going to the Markaran Imperial Outpost.
Okay.
I did hear a couple people comment that Fleet Chat is quite lively lately.
Yeah.
In all the
even
ways
here on
that,
Balmera.
that Fleet Chat can
Yeah,
be.
watching it.
Oh, really? I've had it minimized here for purposes of preventing us from being marked as inappropriate on iTunes
Yeah, there's a that's probably smart. There's
or YouTube.
quite a bit of back and forth about grouping up and helping each other out and stuff, and I'm like, these are the injection of new personalities on a Jedi Covenant, because you didn't really hear a lot of that let's group up or who needs help kind of thing.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's really good to hear. So there's that. There's tons of people on the fleet, and with some of that, there you have more opportunity for the people that like to behave badly to be chatting it up in fleet chat. I have not tried yet, but I bet the queues, especially right now when everybody's really excited to try it out, but I bet the queues for PvP and GSF and everything are quite short. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Did I lose ya? No, there you are.
You did it for a little while because I went to the wrong place.
Oh, I'm riding the wrong mount. I forgot. Gotta ride the white horse. Yeah, I do like this Zeldrate. There's Seema. Hello, Seema.
When I first got onto Balmora earlier today, when I was getting set up for tonight, I was actually experienced a wave of nostalgia for this place. I think I've spent a lot of time here just because it takes some getting used to, and as each character goes through here. And plus, there was a time when I did a bunch of heroics here, when Conquest was new, and I just feel like I've spent a lot of time here, and it was like, oh, Balmora, I'm back.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a planet you do early, so anything that you've done any leveling on, yeah, you know, to any degree, you've done this planet.
Well. I should have known Bessica wouldn't let me go.
And I've got to say, not that they didn't do great jobs on lots of the planets, but they did an especially good job on a lot of the early content. And I think that was potentially by design. You know, Black Talon and Essless are excellent flashpoints, and they have a ton of story that are associated with them, and that gets less and less in some of the other flashpoints. And the initial couple planets are spectacular, and the things that happen with your class story and getting the ship, that's all super high quality. And then Balmora continues that. There's great stories in all the planets, and some of the planets are really iconic, and I really like Tatooine and Hoth. But because it's another early planet and they hit the story hard and they did a lot of great voice acting for it early on, I think it was really good. Oh, wait, I gotta make a dark side choice here. Are you here to kill me or torture me first? Torture.
Thanks for reminding me.
Thanks for reminding me.
No, listen. I won't be scared into returning. I risked my life to come here.
Won't be
Being an
scared.
Imperial scientist, it's a fate worse than death.
Stop complaining. That seems doubtful. I can think of worse. Stop complaining,
You're
baby.
only making this more painful for yourself.
I won't go back to that place. You don't know what it's like. We're not expected to be men. We're machines, slaving day in and day out. No intellectual freedom, no creativity. I'm tired of building killing machines. I want to do some good for humanity. I can't go back there.
It's okay, we can arrange that.
Guess what I get to do again? Shock
We'll
him.
see how you feel after this.
I want to do some choking. It's going to be a lot of lightning for my Sork, isn't it?
You'll have to kill me. I'll never return to the Empire willingly.
No dark side. Oh no. Another dark side choice. I just get to shock him again.
I know just when to stop.
just more lightning. So I guess I subdued him with lightning. Kemval approves, by the way.
Sith, Major Bessica sent us in after you to collect the scientist.
Tell the Major to get him started on the serum right away.
Of course. We'll see you back at Sobrick.
Sounds good. All right. So we got details of the formula from the research lab. We got the scientist. I'm getting little pop-ups here. And now we're getting a call. Who's this? I bet this is Bessiker. Gonna chat with us on the communicator.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, you better be sorry.
Busy. Congratulations, by the way. I heard that you found our scientist.
Uh-huh.
We'll whip up that serum and get you into that toxic waste pit in no time. But there's a problem, and I need your help.
I don't do this sort of thing.
Look, you know I hold you in the highest respect, so I wouldn't ask if it wasn't truly
So
important.
the chat room's reminding me
It's my
that
son.
the force choking
He
is
arrived
Sith
shortly
warrior
after you left
territory.
for the research facility, but
That's
then
still
he went after
disappointing.
some holocron, he called it. A few minutes ago, I got what I
Holocron?
think was a distress call from him. He's in trouble.
He can handle himself.
Look, I didn't want to have to do this, but it sounds like I have no
Oh,
choice.
you're in trouble, buddy.
This is my son we're talking about. And if you want your serum, you'll save him.
Have you forgotten who you're dealing with?
Oh, I'm gonna
I
kill
have
you.
pull in important circles. And my brother is a
brother.
high-ranking Sith. You'll listen if you know what's good for you. All this
Oh,
time you've
you
been
are
running around, we've been
cruising
fighting
for a
war.
bruising.
More than
You can
happy
tell.
to,
I
but
really know
not
how to
at
role
the
play
expense of my son's life.
being evil.
It's your grave, Major.
Save your idle threats. You won't get your serum without me. We narrowed the origin of the distress call.
Okay,
I'm guessing
so-
the Republic's captured him.
Apparently, we gotta go deal with this side issue.
His days are numbered, though.
His days, and we'll see what's gonna be up with his son. I'm not in too good a mood
I'm not
at
feeling-
the moment.
I don't feel too sanguine about the sun's chances either.
All right, so I'm gonna quick travel to the Markaran Imperial Outpost. So yeah, the server unification. I know it went longer than it was expected to, and a lot of people were waiting with bated breath throughout the day. I was tied up, maybe fortunately, and wouldn't have been able to log on early anyway. But I was able to keep track on Twitter and watch as people were keep giving everyone updates of where it was at. They ran into a problem early on where they were afraid. As a side note, we're going to the Troida taxi. So they were worried about. They ran into an issue when they first brought the EU servers up. Or server? It's 2 over there, right? Is it 2 or just 1? Maybe it's just 1. For English, for UK. I'm not clear. I thought it was 3 different language servers in the EU, 2 servers in the US. Just 3 total. All right, so the chat room's saying, yeah, so English, French, German. So that's why when you go to the server forums, we only saw 1 because those are the 2 English forums and the 1 English forum server forum for the English server in the EU. There are also a French and a German server. Anyways, they brought it up over there. I think one of the reasons was, for good reason, it was middle of the night. Is this the closest flight point? But being in the middle of the night, less people were online at the time. I think we can go to Sundari Imperial Outpost. Let's fly there. But because it was the middle of the night, less people being on, they brought it up there. They noticed a couple problems the first time they brought it up, so they brought it back down. There was a problem with too much stuff ending up in people's command, their CXP loot stash, and they were afraid that people were potentially going to be losing items that way. So they brought them back down. They fixed that up. Then they brought it back up on one of the European servers. Then they brought up the US servers, and finally, after sort of double the amount of time they expected it to take, they all came back up. But so far, it seemed pretty smooth, and we read through the couple of the known issues early on. I think though, it's seeming not bad in general, and I haven't heard of any other problems. Chat room, have you heard of any other major issues that you're keeping an eye out for? And how about you, Seema? Have you? One of the other things I meant to check out, I haven't looked too much on Reddit or listened to people chatting it up in Fleet Chat. Have people been talking too much about any issues that they've been running into?
No, from my perspective, it's been really smooth. I know that some people lost names, but I haven't heard a lot of anger about that. So I think whatever algorithm they use for that has worked out pretty well. But what we didn't have, aside from what you just outlined there, is we didn't have, people logging in stuck somewhere or servers crashing after they came up. Yeah, it was, I call it a success.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be early to say, but
sure.
I hear a lot of people commenting that they're happy to hear so many people talking in general channels, which is what we wanted, right? So
right.
The extra people is clearly evident.
So that's what you're right. That's what we're hoping for more than anything else. Is hopefully we're gonna get the kind of population that's gonna lead to the opportunity to be doing more sort of the group finder stuff, the PvP queues, competitive PvP, get some of the ranked PvP going. We're in the wrong place.
The chat room is reminding us there is an issue with legacy storage stuff. It's not lost, but not showing up.
Yeah.
And that I think we touched on that in the news.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not lost. You will be able to get it back. You may not see it until next week when they patch it, but it's still there. Don't worry about that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping to try out the GSF and PvP queues over the weekend and see how that's going. And I'm pretty happy to see all the extra traffic that we're getting in the guild. So I'm wondering if this is gonna be a good opportunity for people to come back to the game. If people are gonna sort of get excited that there is this bump in population and the opportunity to get in on more content and have queues that actually work and things like that. If that's gonna bring people back to the game. If it does, that's a huge success.
Ops Group Finder is, if that will be, queuable as well, because it hasn't really been. You really have to go on Fleet and find a group, and then go in Group Finder.
And have you done that very much? Have you done?
No, I've just talked to people who have.
Yeah. I think we need to come down here. Probably gonna need to kill a bunch of things. I never have done it very much either, of trying to do pickup groups for operations, but you can get a lot of experience and command XP for going through an operation. And a lot of the groups that do it, it's the people that have been doing it, and maybe that's going to change a little bit because now the queues will be much easier and people could jump in a lot more often. But I know a lot of the people that do those kinds of groups are efficient and they know what they're doing, and they're doing it because they know what they're doing, and it's a relatively good experience as a result. So Smoke in the chat room is saying he does it all the time, and I knew that, and that made me think of it, because you also get to see of the people that run it over and over and do it often in those kinds of environments, and they're doing it to be efficient at getting command XP. They also know how to do all of the kinds of shortcuts and things like that. And we hear about in our ops teams all the time, hey guys, this is for better or for worse, this is the shortcut. This is the way you're supposed to do it. This is where you're supposed to pull the trash. This is where you can skip things. So getting in some of those pickup groups to do that kind of thing is positive in some ways. What did we come here to do? Hiren? Oh, his son. His son got himself into trouble. That's right. As I said, it has been a long week for me. Hey, I got some new ability here. Oh, I consuming darkness. Oh, I don't need consuming darkness on my bar. This is a healer. That's a healer thing. Did I train that?
It's a force management thing.
Let's talk to Dr. Ogrub. Ha-ha! Ha-ha!
Ha-ha! Stop clicking him. Poor Dr. Ogrub. You're tickling him.
He finds it hilarious, apparently. Level 22. Wait. Bring Dr. I brought him out a moment too soon. He's on cooldown. 30 seconds. Bring him back. This is the problem with being overpowered. I just force storm everything. So what do we...
We're not really learning a lot about our class, are we?
No, apparently not. What am I doing here? Search. Oh, I'm supposed to search for him, and he's hanging out in here, isn't he? There he is.
You. The old man sent you for me, didn't he?
Yeah, your old man did.
Distress signal. I guess he's good for something. He kept talking about some Sith he was working with. He didn't mention you were a filthy alien.
The sooner we get this done, the better.
Oh,
I'm just glad I don't have to take orders from the old man. Now get me out of here.
Oh, you know, forget it.
That's poor judgment.
Only one good reason.
My master's powerful. I'm sure you've heard of him, Lord Esdras. He won't be happy
I
if I don't
eat
come back
masters
alive.
like yours for lunch.
My master sent me here for a holocron the Republic dug up someplace or other. I've got the holocron, now all I have to do is get out of this place.
So get out.
You wouldn't happen to have this holocron on you.
Don't worry. It's safely hidden in my robes. The holocron's a map. It's supposed to point to a powerful weapon of the dark side. It's hidden here on Malmora.
Was I just sexually harassed?
Which I will. Now that you're here
It's
to
in my
free me.
robes.
That's so inappropriate. It's hidden in my robes.
Now he's going to search for it.
Thank you for telling me all about this lovely new toy.
If you plan on taking that weapon, you're going to have to fight me first.
That can be arranged, Hiren. Fight you first.
Will there be lightning involved?
I let him get the lightsaber? That was weak. Kemval, eat him. Here, I'm gonna cast another ability. There. I cast Crushing Darkness on him. That was satisfying. And I got the holocron. So yeah, as I was saying, getting the datacrons on the various planets, that used to be sort of a fun thing. Even to do it on, even to do it for the for the nth time, on the nth character, and it also was sort of a guild event for quite a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Taking the whole guild.
We used to have like a datacron night.
Yeah. Taking the whole guild out.
Stock ourselves up with
Tatooine,
Sorks, and and the one on Hoth with all the really slow moving boxes and.
Retrieve the Sith weapon. Where do we got to go for that? Oh, that's outside somewhere. Taking the balloon ride.
Is he still going to give us the serum we need so that we can jump into that toxic pit?
I don't know.
I mean,
well,
he might be upset with us,
he
Major Bessaker.
maybe we can just tell him a lie. We wouldn't do that. Seema's full of lies. What is my stronghold? Every stronghold title is the stronghold of deception. Every stronghold of mine. Oh, this, I remember this. This is a weird one because it's like up. It's like in a weird place up on this. Oh yeah, here. Oh well, not that weird. I seem to remember though being like a noob and like spending like a half hour wandering around this rock trying to figure out what the deal was and trying to figure out how to get up here. Well, obviously that wasn't very hard. All right, so now we get to go back to Bessaker. Let's head back to him. We'll chat it up with him, and maybe that'll wrap us up for the night. But yeah, so a couple notes from the chat room. Smoke said he still doesn't have some of the datacrons. I did like getting them. I think there might even be one or two that I still don't have. The fleet datacron. Is it Datacron or Holocron? I can't. Now I'm getting all mixed up.
Datacron.
Datacron. I'm still. I think I'm jet lagged. I'm jet lagged. So I had a problem where we had the time change, fall back, spring ahead, fall back. So we had the daylight savings time change, and then I got up at like 3 o'clock the next morning to get on a flight, and then I was 2 hours difference because I was in Pacific time. And then I had to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to take my flight home because I had to go to a meeting in the afternoon. So I'm like all out of whack. I have no idea what time it is right now.
Discombobulated.
So anyway, yes, datacrons or holocrons or whatever you just said it is. I still like getting those. And the fleet one is the best because you do need a group still to do that. We do it. I said do. We do it once in a while with our guild because it's sort of a group event. And we have done it where we've lined everyone up. So it's in a place on the fleet. It's part of the museum. You do have to do a couple steps to even get back into the area where you go to get to the datacron. And you need to activate a bunch of panels and grapple points, and you need multiple people. I think you could actually do it with only like 3 or 4 people, but typically you do it with a full group of 8 or more. And if you're going to bother to go do it, you usually bring a bunch of people that don't yet have it. But you go there on the fleet, you get everyone together, you activate all the points, and then you start pulling people up with sorks or sages or have warriors leaping up with their friendly leap to get up to the high point once you've opened the door and get everyone in to get that datacron. If you're going to do that, if you're going to run a guild event, and we've done this a couple times, if you've got a couple people lined up to be pulling people up there, you can do a shout out on the server in general and say, hey, for the next 10 minutes, if anyone comes here to the museum on the fleet, we'll get you pulled up here to the datacron and we'll get it for you. Now these days where you get it once and it's done for your legacy, it's not as interesting and not as many people need it. But it used to be a big deal back in the day when you'd set it up because everyone would have alts that they'd want to do it on. We'll still do it once in a while though. All right, let's see if Bessaker's upset or if we're going to lie to him or what's going to happen here.
Stay back, Sith. I said stay back and don't lay a hand on me.
Oh, can I shock him?
What you did. We had an agent in that outpost, and he reported everything. I told you you wouldn't get your serum if you didn't help. And you killed him.
Don't make me kill you too.
You're nothing but a cold-blooded murderer. You enjoyed killing him, didn't you?
I kind of did.
Don't do this to yourself.
Please, just tell me one thing. Why?
Because he was a jackass.
Why did you have to kill him? We have hollow images of the cell. The controls were right there. You could have freed him. You would have gotten your serum. Why?
I wanted to see what kind of pattern his blood would make.
Didn't deserve this. He was a good boy. And I trusted you with his life.
I grow tired of you.
Did you see the yawn emote?
Wretched, bloodthirsty. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. You'll never get your serum because I'll kill you.
This is not going to go well for... Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go well for Major Bessiker.
Yeah, wow. I
Jesus.
I didn't think he did any damage to anyone whatsoever.
And I don't think his son was a good boy. He was a Sith, after all.
Yeah, and it didn't even like him. So
I like how this guy keeps calling you Sith, like calling somebody lady. Hey, lady.
hey, Sith. Hey, dude. Listen up, dude. Yeah, exactly. That's another reason to shock him. So here's the scientist over here on the side. Bessiker's out of the picture apparently, but the scientist is still working on stuff. But he can't be.
Scientist.
Calm down.
Oh, I just.
I've got your serum right here.
I just whipped out my lightsaber.
Maybe the Major deserved what he got. Who am I to say?
And you're like, okay, I'll calm down.
There's no reason to do anything rash. Then cooperate.
Obey or perish.
Nice.
Look, I see
Kemval
where you're
approves.
coming from. I do. You have big plans, and the Major got in your way. Fine. So please don't take it the wrong way when I tell you. This plan of yours is completely insane.
The more insane the plan, the better.
Look, go ahead. Take the serum. Take it. I made it just like this datapad specified. You're probably on the right track. The serum should give you resistance to the stuff in the blown-out vault. But there's also a good chance the serum will kill you. I mean, it was designed for colicoids, not humans.
Just give me the serum. Now.
All right, fine.
Still not clear why I'm so eager to please Sash with
Here you go.
injecting myself with this glowing green goo and jumping in a toxic pit.
You'll have to fly past the main Republic base to get to the vault, but seriously, whatever the Republic throws at you, the colicoids will be worse.
Oh. I feel a little bad about this, because I sort of like this guy, but apparently he's served his purpose.
Thanks, Doctor. But you're no longer necessary.
I see. So now you want to kill me. Go ahead. I told you before, I'm not afraid to die.
Wow. Now I feel bad. That was the first Dark Sword choice that I sort of feel bad about.
I felt bad about the scientist on the Grantham estate on Dramakaz, the guy who made the neural thing.
Yeah, him a little bit too. These civilians. I mean,
and they just finished doing what you told them to do.
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean, they came through.
And here's your reward.
This dude really came through for me. And I.
Well, we think we haven't tested this serum.
Yeah, well, I should have kept him. I should have injected him first. That's what I should have done. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. I think that's a good stopping point. I bet we'll finish this up relatively quickly when we come back next week.
Yes, I think so too.
So we'll have to see when we're going to do it next week, because now I think we could.
Oh my gosh, you're traveling again?
No, I'm not. So we have more flexibility, and we could. So we've been thinking about potentially going back to Tuesday nights. We'll see if that's going to be the case, but either Tuesday or Thursday, we shall see. So with that, I think we will wrap it up in our little EPC 128, or no, not 128, 218. All the numbers are running together. I can't even read anymore.
It's the jet lag.
EPC 218 is ready to ship out here into this brave new world of the unified servers and broadcast this podcast to all of you. Please keep up with us on Twitter at MaxTheGran at AIESEMA. Subscribe, follow, and bookmark us in all the places like newoverlords.com, on iTunes, YouTube, and Twitch. And certainly come find us on our new server, Starforge. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that is what it's called.
I gotta update my script here. Come find us on Jedi Covenant. Or check out aie-guild.org for an AIE Guild invite. Yes, we've got more people. We've got our guild is now on Starforge with accessible to a whole new group of people. Come find us. Come check us out. Come check our guild out. You sort of know what our deal is. We'd love to have you if you're up for that kind of experience. And we will talk to you all soon.
Later, everyone.